Pre-Production, I wrote and directed Vegetarian. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go back and watch that first before watching this, because there may be some spoilers. Anyway, one of the things that we like doing here at Coastal Independent Films is not only making films, but making films about making films. Behind the scenes kind of thing. So this special feature is all about pre-production. See, when you make a film, it's really broken up into three main parts. We got pre-production, production, and then post-production. Pre-production, as the name suggests, is everything that happens before the cameras start rolling, and it ends the first day of filming, when the director says, action. That's probably where this one is going to end. One part of the pre-production process is finding a place to film. It's called locations, and having the right location can really make or break your film. It can add so much more to it having the right place. So the location scouts go out and they find a place to film. For the Vegetarian, we were pretty fortunate because most of it's shot in a restaurant, so really all we did was go to a bunch of restaurants that we thought might work and have a bunch of food and talk to managers and see if they'd be a good fit for us. For the Vegetarian, we were very fortunate to find a place called Dunes Bistro, and if you're ever in the North Myrtle Beach area, please check them out. Their food is amazing, super nice people, and they had a good time watching us film, and we had a good time filming there. And it's almost exactly what I had pictured when I wrote the film. The next step in pre-production is something called the shot list, and this is the most time-consuming part of the whole pre-production process. You see, in a director's mind, he's already seen the movie. He knows exactly what it should look like, what camera angles need to be there. His job really is to take what's in his brain and put it on film so that everyone else can see what he's already seen. And the shot list is a list of every single camera angle and every shot that the director wants to film on that production. Now, have you ever noticed when you're watching a conversation on film between two people, sometimes you're looking at one person's face, sometimes you're looking at the other person's face, sometimes you see both people at the same time, sometimes there's close-ups, sometimes there's far away, reaction shots, hand shots, cut-ins of things. Like in the Vegetarian, we got to see the menu a few times, and we got their hands touching. That all was in my brain, and I had to get it out there so that they knew what to film. The shot list helps to do this. And if the shot list is done correctly, it just looks like two people having a conversation and the viewer doesn't even notice the cameras are moving and changing directions and things. Now, to make the shot list process easier, we'll sometimes use what's called a storyboard. And a storyboard is just a visual representation of the shot list. Paul Inman, the executive producer of The Vegetarian, he put together an animated storyboard so we were able to watch the whole movie in cartoon form before we even cast the actors. We knew what the finished film was going to look like, and we just needed the actors there to bring it to life.
I'm a vegetarian!
And hey, speaking of actors, another very important part of pre-production is finding actors to play the roles. Here at Coastal Independent Films, we normally use our own people to fill the roles, but sometimes a script comes along and we just don't have the people to fill it. Now, in order to cast for a role, we have to make sure that the actors we choose can pull off what we need them to pull off. So it's important to find a part of the script to send to them to do their audition. This is called sides. For the role of Gwen, well, if you've seen the film, you know Gwen talks a lot. She's kind of a nervous talker. She's semi-annoying but lovable at the same time. We needed somebody that could pull that off. So the sides we chose for that are the part where she's in the car and she first tells Steve that she's a vegetarian. We see her just talking, rambling, and then we wanted to see her reaction when she realizes that Steve might not be happy with her being a vegetarian. Marissa Rothfarb did an amazing job at her audition. I'd like to show it to you here.
He's gonna hook us up. Ooh, I like a guy with connections. It sounds amazing, and if you love it so much, then I'm sure it'll be great. By the way, did I mention I'm a vegetarian? Actually, I'm a level 2 vegetarian. Oh, well, really, I'm sort of closer to level 3. Oh, no, I was just saying, it's totally okay. Really, like, I'm not one of those people, I'm not one of those vegetarians who is like a super self-righteous, you know, make you feel like an asshole for eating meat or anything, I swear.
We can go somewhere else if you want.
No, you sound like you really love this place, and so I want to go, and it's not really about the food, right? It's about the company, so yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. Like, they have salads there, right?
Great job. You can see why we chose her. Steve was a little more tricky. Steve doesn't really talk a lot. Most of what he's doing is reacting to the nonsense that's babbling out of Gwen's mouth. So we needed somebody who could convey what he was thinking through facial expressions only. And that's, it takes a lot of talent to do something like that. So for Steve's sides, we chose the part where they're ordering food. And Gwen is ordering. Steve's nervous. You know, there's not a lot of vegetarian choices, not any vegetarian choices at Carnivore's restaurant. So we see him nervous looking at it. She starts to order, and it's just his reactions. David Perez turned in a beautiful audition. Here it is.
Are you sure you can even, I mean, is there anything that you can,
Oh, I told you. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I'm happy just being here with you. Okay, guys. Have you made a decision? Oh yes, too many choices, but I'm ready.
Me too.
Okay, I will have the 16-ounce ribeye medium rare with a corned beef loaded potato and a side of bacon chips. Should we get an appetizer? Can we also get an order of the shrimp and chicken loaded pork skins to share? Very good choice, my dear. And for you, sir?
Yes, I'll have the same.
For the vegetarian, the entire pre-production process took about 3 months. But even after that, we had to go through coordinating. We had to make sure that we could film on a day when the restaurant was available and all of our actors were available. We had 40 extras that we brought in. We had to make sure they were all available. Schedules were clear, and we had a full day of shooting. So there's a lot that goes into it even after all the hard part is done. But like I said, we decided to film the entire thing in one day. 5:30 a.m. we were on location. 6 o'clock, camera started rolling, and it went all the way through the rest of the day. But this is not about production. This video is about pre-production. So as soon as the director says action, that's where this special feature stops. So hey, thanks for watching. And if you look down there, there's a little button that says subscribe. Just go ahead and click that. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps us out a lot. And hey, speaking of costing anything, if you really like our films and you want to donate a little bit, we could use your help. Every little bit helps. Donate $1 or $2 to our Patreon page. Thanks again. See you at the movies.